Sarah here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am pulling out the sand castle, or the castle in bed mold that I've used in other soaps like sand castles, and I've done a medieval castle, and I started to think, like, what are other themed castle soaps I could do, and Princess Castle came to mind, and specifically Cinderella themed soap and castle. So Cinderella's castle is what today's soap is, and then I started to think, I have another mold in my collection of molds, and there's a lot of them laying around here, that would fit perfectly for this soap. So I'm going to get started here. I've got my oils, I've left them at room temperature. I've got my lye solution also at room temperature. I've got my coconut milk powder in there, my kaolin clay, my sodium lactate. I've also added a bit of titanium dioxide to my lye solution, and I'm going to give that a mix. So I've split it off into 3, and I'm going to put some colors in here. There's going to be lots of blues and whites. We're going off of Cinderella's dress, of course. Into this bucket I've got some Blizzard mica. That is from my mica obsession. And then to another bowl, let's do some Proud Peacock. That is by Nurture Soap. And into the other bowl, I've got some Magic Blue from Micas and More. And I want to kind of keep these very light. So I'm not going to add too much, and then of course that titanium dioxide that I added should help lighten things up a little bit. So let's give each one of these a mix, starting with the white. I am getting Frozen vibes from this soap, so I think that's going to have to be a future soap. I love it when one soap inspires another one. For this soap, I'm going to fragrance it with an Endlessly in Love by Nature's Garden, and it has notes of green, fruity, floral bouquet with apple, rose, jasmine, sweet, woodsy, musky background. And I think it smells, I get very much like those appley notes in there. It smells very sweet. I hand mix that in. Yeah, it smells really good. Almost reminds me of like a herbal essence type of shampoo. But Frozen soap, that is got to be a thing. Like, I have this whole collection in my head now of just Disney princesses, which I'm sure has been done before, but I've not done any. So Snow White maybe? I don't know, what do you guys think? Hand mixing this in, get my molds over here. I'm thinking about doing a hanger swirl. Today was a day where the icing decided it wanted to take forever to set up. Alright, going on top of this, I have got these castles that I've colored in a pretty blue. Of course, I didn't pipe the soap as high as I typically do because these are going to sit better if it's done on a point and easier to cut. I also have these little blue sugar sprinkles that are like pearls, and we've got some glitters, some blue eco glitter. Those are from Brambleberry. So let's start with putting the castles on, and then we'll put the sprinkles on. And the sprinkles remind me of bubbles. I so wanted to put pumpkin sprinkles on this, but I thought they would just look so out of place. So I went with the blue sprinkles, and if you've seen the Disney cartoon of Cinderella, there's the one scene where she's scrubbing the floor and she is singing, I think it's Sing Sweet Nightingale is a song she's singing, and there's just bubbles all over the place. And then Lucifer the cat comes in and just dirties and destroys all of her hard work. And so when I think of these bubbles, that's what I think of, and that's why I thought they would look good on there. They just look like pearls, or just because. And then I was like, there's so many different versions of Cinderella. You could probably make a soap for each of them. I mean, thinking back to the ones that I can remember, there's the one with Brandy and Whitney Houston. I mean, who remembers this one? The 90s were the best for movies, I really think so. Ever After with Drew Barrymore, I love that one. What other ones are there? There is, oh, the newer one that has Lily James in it. That is a beautiful rendition of this classic story. I love that one. So many awesome different versions of Cinderella. You guys tell me if there's one I'm not thinking of that you like. But those are, I don't know, those are all really good ones. Ever After, I feel like I'm going to have to watch again. It has been a very long time since I've seen that one. Alright, so get the castles on here. We'll get the sprinkles on here, some glitter and some rubbing alcohol. You guys, this icing is just still so soft and I'm so impatient, but these should stick very nicely on here. We'll let this sit for 24 hours, and now that I'm doing this, give it a spray with the rubbing alcohol first. No soda ash on these pretty soaps. We just want them to sparkle and glitter. We also don't want those sugar pearls to start bleeding and the color running off, so you don't want to spray them directly. Sometimes I forget though. Let's make a mess of these. Alright, it is time to see what this looks like on the inside. See how those swirls turned out. Oh, that is magical. Look at those pretty colors. I love those wispy swirls in there. And it smells so good. I love it. There is one more thing I need to do to the soap, which is add an embed to the front. So any guesses on what that embed could possibly be? When you think of Cinderella, you might think of a glass slipper. So this little glass slipper embed is what's going to go on the front of the soap. So stick around after the cutting so you guys can see me attach that to the front with a little bit of melted melt and pour, and that sticks it right on there. These will be available on the July 24th shop update. So mark calendars. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. New to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day. I will smell you later.